Hello, Ted.
Hello from New York. I'm Ted Reinert. I'm being photographed today by Charles Leipart, who's my upstairs neighbor. And I am going to show you today how I make a very dry martini, sometimes known as an in-and-out martini. And you'll see why in a moment. First, you start with ingredient number one, ice. The harder the ice is, the better off you are, because you're going to shake it very vigorously and you don't want it to become really watery. However, a little bit of water, just a little bit, will help make the gin bloom. I poured in about half a capful. I don't even measure, because with it in and out, it goes in and it goes right back out. So that's what we do now. I shake it very vigorously to coat the ice in the sides of the shaker. Some people have these rules about 15 seconds and all of that. I think that's all just kind of fun, but it doesn't really mean anything. So there, you see, the ice is still in pretty good shape there. And then I put the top back on and pour it right out. That way the ice is all nice and coated, and that's the only vermouth you're going to get. It's practically a homeopathic drop of vermouth, but it makes all the difference, because if you just poured gin over ice, it wouldn't taste the same. And this goes in. I like Boodle's gin. Boodle's is London gin. It's very good, very excellent. The New York Times about 10 years ago got their experts together, and they put their heads together and got drunk for several nights in a row and decided that Plymouth, which is also a London gin, was the finest. And it is very good. I think it's slightly less good than Boodle's, but it's personal preference. Tanqueray 10 is also good. Bombay Sapphire is a good one. If you like the taste of cucumber, Hendrick's.
Yes, I've had that.
I don't want a martini to taste like cucumbers.
Like salad.
Yeah, that's right, yes. That's why I don't use olives either. So now I've shaken this vigorously. Harry Craddock, who was the head barman at the Savoy Grill in London and is considered the godfather of cocktails. He was the bartender back in the Jazz Age. Has 6 rules about drinking and making drinks. One is never use ice twice. Start afresh every time. Another is, how do you drink a cocktail? He says, as quickly as possible while it's still laughing at you. And the other is, of the 6, the third of the 6 is, if you're going to shake it vigorously, as hard as you can. You don't rock it back and forth. You are trying to wake it up, not rock it to sleep. Vermouth. The reason I use so little vermouth is, one, I don't really like vermouth. I use Italian vermouth, which is slightly less gross.
Particular brand you prefer?
Well, there's not a whole lot of choice in this country, but I choose Italian over French. So Martini and Rossi, or one of the others, Tribuno. The problem with the French is it's very dry also, but it's got a certain kind of wormwoody flavor to it, like absinthe. And in fact, vermouth is from the German word for wormwood. I don't know if you know Romeo and Juliet, but that's what the nurse says she put to her nipple so that the babe would stop sucking. Wormwood.
Good to remember, yes.
I like wormwood to my dog. So this is, let's say this has been in here for like 5 minutes to cool it down. After it's done that, what you do is you give it another little shake. Just to stir it up a little bit. And then I like lemon. You rub it around the edge. Some people wait until the drink is actually in the glass, but I think that's too much of a high wire act. And I get nervous, my hands tremble, and so I don't like to do that.
Deal with one element at a time.
That's right, yeah. I was an actor for years, and we learned, don't try to play everything all at once. Play one thing at a time, and people will imagine the rest if you set it up right. That's the same with drinks. So there's the gin in the glass, the martini in the glass, and then just put that in there.
Look at that.
By the way, a technical note, as soon as you shake a martini, it actually ceases, technically, it ceases to be a martini. It is now a Bradford. But don't order Bradford's.
They're
Probably
really good.
fewer than 5% of the bartenders working in America
Don't have
today.
any idea what you're doing here.
Absolutely. And here we are. Here's the beautiful martini.
Cheers.
Here's how, oh, it's delicious.
Wonderful.
Just the thing of a Wednesday afternoon.
Yep, in lockdown Manhattan.
So thank you for joining us, and hope to see you again.
Thank you, Ted.
Thank you.
Great.
Hello, Kitty.